Every time we hear these stories, Tony, everybody thinks maybe this will be the case. This will be the case that will lead to change. And I'm sure they're saying that same thing in Buffalo. Good morning to you again.
Yeah, good morning, Gayle. That's exactly what they're saying. And I'm joined now by longtime Buffalo Mayor Byron Brown, who's been in office for 16 years. Mr. Mayor, fair to say you've never seen anything like this in this area, not in terms of the number of dead or the motive, a hate crime like this. I want to get into all of that, but I'm hoping to begin with the investigation, anything you can share, and also the victims. Have you had a chance to meet with any of the families?
So I can share about the investigation that the shooter came here. It was a premeditated act, wanted to kill as many black people as possible. If not for the heroic action of the security officer, retired Buffalo Police Lieutenant, he would have been more successful in that effort. And if not for the quick response of the Buffalo Police Department, he certainly would have killed more people in this immediate area. I have had the opportunity to speak to family members of 3 of the precious lives that were lost. Obviously, this is very painful for the family, certainly something that no one could prepare themselves for. And as a community, we are wrapping our arms around these families and showing them our love and our care and our concern.
It's been interesting talking to people in the wider community. They all, in some sense, feel like potential victims and therefore also like survivors because of this particular market. What can you tell us about the significance of an attack here at Tops?
This market was like a center for this community. It was a hard fight to get the corporate community to invest here. This community was a food desert before this market, and Tops was one of the corporations that stepped forward and said, we believe in this community, we're going to invest in this community. So people have a real sense of importance around what this market means to the community. A lot of people come here from the immediate community and from nearby communities, and so a lot of people feel this very personally, not just in the immediate community, but in other places of the city of Buffalo and Western New York as well.
Yeah, and unfortunately, some people in the area I've talked to also are afraid not only about going shopping at a place like Tops in the future, but at any place, at any time. They feel specifically targeted. What do you say to community members who are fearful at this time about how safety can once again feel natural and normal here in the community?
This was a racially motivated attack, and it is scary to know that that kind of racism and hate still exists in our country. And unfortunately, we've seen too many of these mass shootings for different reasons. So when something like this happens, it really shakes your feelings of security and safety. We have said to the community that we are a safe community. We are a close community. And you can't police your way out of these feelings, but we have increased police patrol, not only in this immediate neighborhood, but in other areas of the city, and hopefully seeing a greater presence of law enforcement right now in particular is making people feel more comfortable.
Yeah, the equation here is tragic and also quite simple. It's hate plus guns equals shootings like this, and if you change the equation, you can change the outcome, and I know you're working on that.
Yes.
Mayor, thank you very much for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Tony.